Hello everybody, Christian from the Coin Dictionary here, and today we're going to be speaking about the 1969 United Kingdom 10 new pence coin, going over its values, information, history, mintage, the backstory, and symbolism tied up in the coin, as well as its context. But first, thank you to MA Shops. ma-shops.com is a trusted online marketplace with a really nice selection of ancient US and world coins, paper money, stamps, and more. There's a lot of great collectibles, so head on over to that website after this video. There's a link in the description, but we'll start here. Queen Elizabeth II, she started ruling in 1952 following King George VI's death, and her DG Reg FD lettering there is going to mean by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith. Now on this side, we see a lion passant, which is the three legs down, one leg up, the right leg walking, part of the crest of England, and they have been there for many centuries. The lion's sort of a royal animal. I think the more significant thing is the new pence, because this coin was made from 1968 to 1981. This is sort of right at the transition of the pound sterling, which was developed in the 1100s and gets phased out in 1971 over to a decimal system. So previously it was based like 240 pence would make 1 pound. Now it's 100 pence make a pound. So this was basically like a 24 old pence, but the new pence stays on there until 1981 when they just make it 10 pence. By 1993, these coins are demonetized. They still have their value, so you can exchange them, but they're just not made for circulation. In terms of the specs, if you're watching without one that you've identified at home, it's a little bit smaller than a US half dollar at 11.3 grams of copper nickel. And the exchange value is a tenth of a British pound, which is like 14 US cents. So there's some minimal value in terms of, it can't get worse than that, if that makes sense. In terms of the differences in the varieties, so the beads, that decreases in 1978 from 151 to 147, but the reverse stays even at 152. In terms of the mintage, there were 314,008,000 made, which is a slight decrease from the previous year, but those first 2 years, the mintage were really high just because they wanted to have a bunch of these new pence, new types of pound available for people to use. The value doesn't get too crazy just because there's so many made. They were all made for circulation. Maybe $1 for a really nice uncirculated example, but most of them are just going to trade around the 13-14 cent exchange rate, like the one in my hand, because they're just pretty common. They end up in a lot of people's foreign change, and that's why I made this video, to help people identify and learn a little bit about that transition. I always like to think about the context in which things were made. Thanks for watching the video. My name's Christian, and I own The Coin Dictionary, and I'd also encourage you to visit us at our website, thecoindictionary.com, and on Instagram at thecoindictionary. And I'd also like to draw your attention to some other helpful coin resources, such as my other YouTube channel, Treasure Town, which does more in-depth videos about coins and collectibles, as well as some resources like coinmeltprice.com, which shows up-to-date precious metals pricing, as well as the melt values of the coins that you own, coinsmetalscards.com, which will both be a marketplace and a news source for coins, metals, and cards, as the name suggests, as well as whatsthegrade.com, which will develop into a stickering service for already graded collectibles. Have a great day, and I hope to see you on some of our other videos.